in poker, I used to coach my students, you can only have one of those two things, results or excuses. You can never have both. Thank you very much for hosting this. And if you all have any questions, I'm game.
I do have questions.
Yes.
I know.
I have a bad advice.
I know you do have different type of business. How you manage yourself, through real estate. I know you do have all this stuff,
So I had up to 12 different things at one point. So I have candy machines, the ones that you put a quarter in. Okay, I got 77 of those. Coin pushers, if you know the amusement park coin pushers, got 9 of those. Claw machines, I had an ATM company last year, I sold it. What else do I have? Digital signage. So the reason why I'm selling majority of them is because my real estate portfolio is big and it's good money now. So
did you other businesses the one that help you grow in your real estate?
To a point, I would say, they make cash money. So they did help. It is a lot of time. So how I do my time, every night at 9 o'clock, you can see on my phone, it says plan tomorrow. So I plan tomorrow. I basically dump everything on my notes. And then I numerize it. First you're gonna do here, then you're gonna go there, then you're gonna go. You don't wanna do this, then back, this, then back. If I gotta go to the town, you know what I mean? I don't wanna go back and forth. And then I also, every Sunday, after my meeting with Conti, if anyone wants 8 o'clock, we have a meeting every Sunday, 8 o'clock at the coffee house. Every Sunday after our meeting, I go through my week and schedule all of my appointments, doctor appointments, business meetings, business lunches, and I do have a lot. Every lunch I try to have with somebody. Like with Glenn, with Mark, I try to have lunch with somebody. And that's how I manage it. I have daily things to hit, and I have weekly things to hit. I didn't pay anyone to ask me questions. I should have done that. Yes, sir. The gentleman with the white.
Sure. When you came into this country, what motivated you to upgrade yourself from ballet? You started as a dishwasher, and then you went to ballet. And what motivated you to keep coming up in the ranks?
So I came to the country. I was a casino poker manager. That was my position. And then I told fuck you to my boss and moved to Florida, where I had a friend of mine, worked as a dishwasher. And the motivation behind everything was always to be able to be from a fuck you position. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do in my life. Oh, if you don't come, if you're late, we're going to give you a point. Go fuck yourself. And when I work at Best Bet, like the poker room, oh, we're going to give you a point. Oh, you're late. We cannot approve your days off. This was always my motivation, is just not to answer to anybody. That maybe comes from because my dad is military, but it's a different topic. But yeah, that was my motivation, was basically, I want to be places I want to be. I want to talk to people I want to talk to. I don't want anyone to tell me, oh, you need to do this and you need to talk to that person that you don't like. We all have jobs. You have to work with sometimes with people you don't like. I don't want to do that. It's hard, but it's achievable.
Where's the difference between being overly efficient, or I guess not even overly, just extremely efficient, and being pretty much a robot? Because the way you explained how you would do everything, it just seemed really...
Structured is the word you're looking for.
Structured, yes.
Yeah, I will. What is the difference between being overly efficient, which I'm not sure what that means, and being like a robot? So in my experience, the way you're going to create whatever you want, wealth, character, habits, is 100% structure. You cannot say, well, I didn't mention that because I forgot to read it, but don't focus on getting six-packs because you went to the gym. Focus on being the person that goes to the gym. Six-pack will come. Same with discipline and structure. Don't focus on that 1 million or the 10 house. Focus on finding good deals, doing a CMA every day or whatever your business is in, because I know you're in a different field. Researching your audience. They will come. Your audience will come. If you do the right steps, don't focus on I want to obtain 1,000 customers. Focus on being like in a brokerage, you focus on serving the customer. Don't focus on I want to make X amount of money. Focus on I want to help people. They will come and recommend you 100%. So I don't know what's the difference. I don't know what's overly efficient. I think efficient is the 100% of the task. I like structure because it gives you something to measure. You can see this week, I have to walk 7 hours a week with a weighted vest, and I mark it off every time. Now, the mistake I didn't set up a SMART goal. I said, I want to walk 7 hours a week. So now by the end of the week, I had to walk 2 hours one day because I didn't do Monday, Tuesday, you know what I mean? If you don't measure something, you cannot manage it. So you have to, I don't want to say have to, but for lack of better terms, you have to be structured. You don't have to be as structured as I am, but if you're structured, you can measure the result and you can see the progress. I don't know if that answers your question. I don't know what's the difference.
Maybe you're talking about being organized, and they also say that only 5% of people put things down in writing, and when you put it in writing, that's how you achieve what you're going for. But you do need to be organized.
And it becomes a habit. That's the creating habit thing. What is it? 21 days to something on average to be a habit?
Some people say 21, some people say 66.
Yeah. But what you do repeatedly, you became good at. Conti, were good at jiu-jitsu 10 years ago? How about now? Yeah. So whatever you do repeatedly, and that's the same goes for the character. If you wanna be trustworthy, if you just do that and you're just being honest with others, that's gonna become who you are. If you're being lazy, that's gonna become who you are. Every day's action, it's building you to who you want to be. Even if I don't want to be lazy, but I don't want to go to work either, so I'll stay at home, you become the person who stays at home. I don't know if that answers fully your question. But structure, I think, is important.
I got one.
Oh, sorry.
I guess let me try to figure out where. How do you do your work-life balance? Like, for instance, if you have like a family or something.
It's no work-life balance. I don't know who came up with that term. If you want to go deep and be successful, there's no balance.
See, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like,
Okay.
where's the difference between being an efficient human and being a robot who works?
What is the difference between being inefficient?
No, and efficient.
Efficient?
Efficient human. Someone who work-life balance versus work.
Well,
Where's the fine line get crossed?
I think that's personal. What is work-life balance for you, for example?
I have 3 kids.
Okay.
I have a big work-life balance.
But you have to do the balance.
Yes, I have to balance.
Well, I don't know. My father had 2 kids, and he was on missions in Russia for my childhood. You know what I mean? Because they used to send him back in there for 6 months. I mean, my mom took care of us. He was military. I mean,
when's the sacrifice worth it where you have to do it, right?
so here we're gonna come to personal opinion. I don't think that should be everybody's opinion, but I believe men generally, okay, I know some women do the same thing, not always, but men generally, we don't give a fuck what's the obstacle. We're gonna try to be the best and be on the top of the hierarchy and be the CEO and be this, that, and the third, even if we have to lose the kids, the wife, and we see that a lot. He doesn't pay attention to me. In my opinion, again, maybe there's data to back this up, women don't care about being on the top of they don't want to be the CEO. They're fine with more, like you said, I have kids to take care of. Where, for me at least, I mean, I don't have children, so I cannot compare. But there's a line somewhere. It just, to me, work-life balance was, I'm gonna grind 20 hours a day. And actually, I've done a few days, 20 hours a day. And then now, I was 3 months in Asia. Before that, I was 3 months in Africa and Europe. And I'm going in Asia again for 4 months in December. So now it's play. Now it's playtime. So it was not really a balance. It was full speed on this. And now, do whatever you want. That's not the best strategy.
Tell me then, just going full speed, cutting off all life and just doing work on that balance sheet. If you do that, what point you said
You're gonna commit, at what point you're committing suicide? Yeah, there's a point that you'll be like fucking depressed because all you do is work.
Talk about that. Let's glaze over that. Look, okay, sorry, but you said valet, and then at some point owning real estate, gaining cash flow, and now you're no longer having to sell your time for money. You're using your time to improve your business.
You want to tell me the path?
Where's
Real quick.
Where?
2016, I finally got a green card.
Okay.
And I got my first job. I got a job at Best Bet. They fired me
Yes.
after 2 weeks. And then I got a job as a valet.
Yes.
I was making, I don't know, $5,000 a month, which is cash.
Yes.
And then after a while, I started working at Best Bet and as a valet. So now I was making 5K from that and 5K from the other, but I couldn't sleep because there's no sleep. You work 8 hours, the next day. You do graphing time for friends if you want, which I did.
But you sacrifice sleep.
Hmm?
But you sacrifice sleep.
I mean, everything comes with a cost. Everything. You want to run so you can be fit, it's bad on the joints. Anything comes at a cost. And then after a while, I think it was 3 months that I did that. I quit the valet job, did only the casino, and learn about real estate, how it works. And I'm like, I'm gonna work here. Actually, my plan was very dumb, but that's a different story maybe later when you wanna ask me.
You quit being a valet, and you were only working at Best Bet. So you effectively went from 2 jobs to 1.
To 1, that freed up time.
So you free up time, and you
I-
free up the time knowing you were going to do something else, or did you free up the time because it was too much?
I'll tell you, no, it was coming to a point that first of all, summer ended. So valets, we make $5,000 a month summertime. Other than that, we make 2. So it was not efficient. And you got the point of diminishing returns, right? I put the same hours, but do half the money.
Yes.
Also, I start doing every day, whatever you're good at, whatever you do, you get good at. I start doing CMAs, 10 CMAs every day. I did save the properties to see if they sold on that price. And now I have people asking me, how are you so good at CMAs? I did 5,000 of them, maybe more, because I'm a bit overachiever. Comparative market analysis. You get a house and you appraise the house. I'm not an appraiser, but I'm trying to appraise the house. The house is for sale. I want to see if that's the price that they're going to close on. So my goal was to do 10 every day, but I was doing more, about 30. 3 hours every day. And then one girl was like, where are the good guys? I'm like, I did a spreadsheet for 3 hours at my house last night. That's where I was last night. It was Friday night. But it's not for everybody. There's many ways you can become financially successful, but I think structure and putting time slots on your time, I think that's the key. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Where do you think interest rates are going?
If I knew that question, I would own half the city.
I can try.
If anyone tells you, I think we can say I think, but that's about it. I think they're gonna stay the same, maybe drop down and up 25% at 0.25%, but who the fuck knows? We got next year another COVID. I don't know. But if I knew, I was definitely gonna play the lottery as well.